my name is Kathy Latzer, and I am the creator of DWP Outreach Center. DWP stands for Developing Winning Personalities, and we are now going on 10 years of running programs. This all started with nothing but a passion to help others and to do something to honor my parents. DWP are my dad's initials, and J and P were my mom's initials, which stands for Joining Many People. The Bible says to honor your parents, so I did. Throughout this video, you will see that we developed a lot of winning personalities, but we couldn't have done that without joining many people. I believe in utilizing what's already been done in the community, so that's what I did. But my biggest problem was now, how would I transfer the kids from one activity to the next? That's when I realized I'm going to need not only a vehicle, but all the equipment for the kids as well. So off I went. United Way donated money to purchase a 15-passenger van. Gander Mountain donated a canoe, archery supplies, paintball guns. Ron Shera donated 100 fishing rods for a fishing program. Rhino out of Maple Lake donated kayaks and paddle boats. And numerous other people in the community donated equipment as well to make this happen. Too many to mention. There's just so many people that have given ice skates and softballs and baseball bats. So I was set, and that was the beginning in the summer of 2003. I had 15 kids signed up for 4 weeks of fun. Every week we had something fun planned. We had tennis, golf, horseback riding, skiing, fishing, boat rides, swimming, canoeing, kayaking, softball, frisbee golf, camping, archery, paintball, and a petting zoo. This went on for a couple of years, and my vision of doing more kept growing. I wanted to offer these kids something that nobody else had, a rock climbing wall. So off I went again to raise $25,000 so I could purchase this rock wall that I knew nothing about. So Polytank donated the first $5,000, and it took me about another hour, but I had my first $10,000 to purchase this rock wall. The last within 1 hour, by the way, and the last $15,000 took a little bit longer, but I did it because I wanted that rock climbing wall for the kids. And in May of 2005, we had our first rock wall and went to raise money for DWP. In the last 8 years, that rock wall has traveled all over Minnesota to inspire others to reach the top. It has been our biggest asset to generate income for DWP. I might add, I had my husband quit his full-time job in 2005 to help me with the rock wall. The rock wall, by the way, came from Arizona, and when I first saw it, I thought, what was I thinking? There was no way I could have handled that big thing by myself. Also, how would I transport this rock wall to events? Once again, I went out looking for what I needed, and then I got a call from the CEO of Tollmaster that she would like to donate a 2001 Dodge truck to pull our rock wall to events. That was in 2006, and since then, Tollmaster has been one of our biggest supporters for DWP. I might add that another big hit at DWP is the RC race cars. The kids love racing cars, and Tollmaster sponsored those as well. Another big thing in 2006 is we purchased 7 acres of land so we could build the Outreach Center. My vision was growing. It was just a 7-acre dirt field, but in my mind, I saw a walk path, a paintball course, 9-hole frisbee golf, a swimming pool, a 10-hole miniature golf course, tennis court, rock climbing, train rides, RC racetrack, apple trees, a garden, basketball court, and more. Well, that was 7 years ago, and everything I visualized is done. This couldn't have been possible without the support of the people in the community. One of our other biggest supporters of DWP, not only with generous gifts and money, but also a mentor to me for the last 10 years, is the president of Anderson Chemical, Terry Anderson. One of our biggest supporters in the community has been Terry Anderson, who is the president of Anderson Chemical Company. Not only was he generous with money donations, but he's been generous with volunteering his time to mentor me for the last 10 years. 10 years ago, I came to Terry for advice, and he probably thought I was totally nuts then, but 10 years later, I'm still here, and so is Anderson Chemical Company, who just celebrated 100 years of being in business. Let's go meet Terry Anderson.
Hello, my name is Terry Anderson. I'm the president of Anderson Chemical Company, and Kathy came to me approximately 10 years ago with an idea to help disadvantaged people within the county. And from the time that I first met Kathy until now, I don't know if I've ever met anybody with the desire or the passion to help people in need. And I think this is where she is going with her volunteerism and this program going nuts for volunteering. So I would say that if anybody can accomplish a great deal on very little, it's Kathy Lotzer. And she's done it over the years. I've been absolutely amazed at her energy in being able to develop these programs and take them to fruition. So I can't say enough about the efforts that she has put forth for the county, the city, and surrounding area to help people that are in need.
There's also other supporters in the community that donated the apple trees, the equipment to build building supplies, volunteers to clean out the woods, the charter school kids helped build the 10-hole miniature golf course, the racetrack, another rock wall was built. The blacktop for the activities by Dunnet Company was donated. A handicapped van from St. Cloud Care Transportation for nursing home residents to come out was donated. Runnings donated seed for the 7 acres. Another huge company here in Litchfield, Minnesota that has been a huge support of DWP Outreach Center in the last 10 years is Polydome. This company has gone out of their way. They donated a transit bus for me to transport kids to and from the Outreach Center. They donated a train to pull kids, little kids behind the train in barrels. They donated part of some funds for the rock climbing wall. They have sent people out to help with the 7 acres and to equipment and till the garden and help with the racetrack. And I can't say enough about this company and Dick Johannick and Carla, his wife. I am so thankful for the time that they have taken out to volunteer their time to mentor me. So with everything growing, I needed to figure out a way to generate income so we could help more people. So in 2007, the first Jan and Jenny book was printed. Jan and Jenny are 2 fifth graders who are always looking for ways to help others. This is a true story about a lady in a Litchfield nursing home who is 55 and has MS, and no one ever goes to visit her. She makes beautiful hats that she hangs on her wall and does nothing with other than just every day makes these hats. Well, Jan and Jenny decided to start a Scotty Hat Club because her name was Vicki Scott. Last name, so that's where we come up with the Scotty Hat Club, in their school to get kids to go to nursing homes. The second Jan and Jenny book is called Jan and Jenny, How Lucky Am I? And this book is a true story about abused animals and also teaches kids about pet therapy, hospice, and more. The third book is called Jan and Jenny, Totally Nuts for Volunteers. There was another book written called The Dragon Bully. This book was inspired by a little girl in New York who at 6 years old was diagnosed with cancer. I found her by accident on the Caring Bridge website. For 4 years I followed this little girl's story, and after every entry her dad would write, "Please pray for Macy, 100% healing." So every day I would pray for this little girl I didn't know in New York, 100% healing for Macy. At one point, the dad, who has a wife and 5 other kids besides Macy, writes that Macy is about to die. And at that same time that week, he lost his job. This was breaking my heart, so I needed to do something to help this family, so I wrote a song called 100% Healing, and also with the dad's permission, put Macy in the Dragon Bully book to help those raise money for this family. But no, I couldn't just stop there. I wanted to create something for all kids in children's hospitals. So I created a power pack with the help of my 2 cousins. In this backpack, it has a 100% healing pillow and blanket, a 100% healing t-shirt, a Totally Nuts game, power pebbles that say faith, hope, love, laugh, courage, a secret pocket with a bracelet, gift cards, 100% healing band-aids, a hat, and of course, Jan and Jenny's book, next book, Totally Nuts for Volunteers. In this story, one of their classmates is diagnosed with cancer and has to have surgery at the Children's Hospital. Jan and Jenny decide to get the whole community involved to volunteer their time to help make a power pack for their classmate. They even came up with a Totally Nuts game to put in the backpack. They were being creative one day. It's just a walnut and 6 cups, and there's only one rule to play the game. You have to be totally nuts. This goes inside of our backpack. There's also a gift card that says, we heard you weren't feeling so well, and we just wanted you to know that we are praying for you 100% healing. We think the best medicine in the world is laughter. So we created a game for you that has only one rule. You have to be totally nuts to play. Here's some suggestions that we think are fun to do, but you have to remember, it's all up to you. You can dance with a nut for 30 minutes. You can take a nut to the nursing home for 30 minutes. You can do the cha-cha-cha-cha-cha with a nut. You can do something totally nuts with a nut. You can walk with a nut for 30 minutes. You can do the nutty pokey with a nut. You can play nut-nut-walnut with a nut. And you can capture a nut with a bunch of nuts. Remember to be creative. People are going to think you're totally nuts. Who cares? Life is too short, so laugh. This power pack was made especially for you. When you're not feeling well, it will give you something to do. With a Get a Grip hat and Power Rocks and more, our hope for you is to get out of the hospital door. They also one day decided after school, just being creative, to create a Totally Nuts cereal. So we created a game, or a cereal called Totally Nuts. And inside the cereal, there's all kinds of different flavors of cereal. Can you guess from the colors, which one would this one be? Anybody know? Purple? What?
Purple.
Okay, yeah, it's purple. But this flavor is raspberry. Okay, how about this one?
Strawberry.
Looks like strawberry, but it's bubble gum. How about this one? Go ahead. Yep.
Chocolate, good. Ben.
This one's kind of tough. What do you think this one is? Go ahead.
Mint.
Yeah. Wow, good guess. How about the one on the end? The orange colored one. What color would that be? Orange? Okay, and then the last one is cotton candy. So that's all inside of one cereal box. Because we know not everybody likes the same things. So if you want bubble gum or raspberry chocolate mint, you could, what it is it's cereal, and then, Caitlin?
Yep.
Caitlin's going to microwave it for 20 seconds, and then she'll put it back in front of you, and then you're going to stir your cereal to see what flavor you come up with.
Kinders, what's going to happen to your frosting when she puts it in the microwave? It's going to melt.
And I forgot to say that there is nuts in the cereal because it's all about being totally nuts. And I think that we should have a Totally Nuts Day for volunteers once a year at school. And you did something totally nuts to help somebody else. And if you submit your story and you did something really totally nuts, your story can go on the back of the cereal box for that month. This little girl was born with a hole in her back and will never ever be able to walk, but 2 years in a row, she climbed my rock climbing wall. The whole point is to use your arm strength, think about what you have and not what you don't have. So she 2 years in a row climbed. And then that whole week, she inspired others to climb the top of the rock wall and volunteered her time to help me harness kids. Now that's totally nuts. So she gets her story on the back of the cereal box. So, as you can see, all it's cereal and frosting and nuts, and you microwave it for 20 seconds. It could be after school snack. If you want to add milk to yours, then it turns into like a
Cereal.
different
Cereal,
cereal.
yes.
So pass the milk around, help yourself if you want milk. They put that in the backpack as well. Everyone was praying for this little girl, 100% healing, and it worked. This little girl today is 100% healed. In the end of the story, Jan and Jenny realized they need to help their community by joining many people to create products that help those who are dealing with illnesses or other emotional problems. To be able to teach others to keep everything holy in their community, which means offering health insurance, on-site childcare, low-income housing, year-round jobs. Holy. So, how many of you know someone that has cancer? Or a little kid that is sick or in the children's hospital? Anybody know anybody? You do? Okay. This is a backpack that we created for kids in children's hospitals, and it's called the Power Pack. And so inside this Power Pack, there's all kinds of things for if you have to go to the hospital that will help you to think positive. So in this backpack, I'll give it. There's a key, which to me is a key to heaven. There is a water bottle for 100% healing, and with these two little characters that say 100% healing. There's a hat for when you lose your hair, so you can have any colored hat and make it fun every day if you have to be in the hospital. There's gift cards that kids can put in the backpack that they drew. This was a little 5-year-old that drew this one. There's all kinds of faith, hope, love, laugh, courage. Words written on the backpack. There's 100% healing for glasses. If you wear glasses, you can put your glasses in there. And then inside the backpack, there is a blanket and a pillow that you cover yourself with. Doesn't it look cozy with 100% healing? So it's a blanket and a pillow. There's all kinds of Jan and Jenny books. This one was called How Lucky Am I, about abused animals. And this was Jan and Jenny, a story about a lady in the Litchfield Hospital. There's another book called The Dragon Bully, and it's a true story about a little girl that does have cancer. And then we wrote a song called 100% Healing for that little girl, so that's in the backpack. There's a Totally Nuts game that we're going to play later, Totally Nuts. There is Power Pebbles that go in a little pouch. And the Power Pebbles, you can give to your friends, and they say words like faith, hope, love, laugh, and courage. So there's all kinds of Power Pebbles that kids can make and put inside this backpack. I know. It's because I'm clumsy. There's a 100% healing t-shirt that you wear to go with your hat. So that's cool, huh? There is 100% healing band-aids. Wouldn't that be cool if we could put a 100% healing band-aid on your boo-boo? That'd be better than just a boring brown band-aid, wouldn't it? There is, let's see what else we have. We have playing cards, 100% healing playing cards that you can play with your friends at the Children's Hospital. Also, there is a secret pocket inside the backpack. The secret could be anything you want it to be. It could be laughter, it could be fun, it could be faith. So I need someone to give a bracelet to give to somebody else to put inside the backpack. Is there? Oh,
Madison, you have a bracelet you would give to us? Oh, can you put it in this special little pouch right here? Thank you. You can go ahead and sit back down.
and that's the power pack. I believe in helping others, and when you help somebody else, it takes away from thinking about yourself, and volunteering is a way to reach out to your community, whether it's nursing home, hospitals, Meals on Wheels. You got to go help so you know how it feels. I believe in that. And so this whole point is to create this cereal called Totally Nuts, and if kids in their community do something totally nuts to help somebody else, that month they get their story on the back of the Totally Nuts cereal box. And I also think we should have a Totally Nuts for Volunteers day at school where kids get one day out of the year where they do something totally nuts to volunteer to help somebody else. So I'm hoping that we get a nut company to provide the nut, we get a Band-Aid company to help with the 100% healing Band-Aid, and a cereal company to help with the cereal concept. Hey kids, it's cool. It's even better than school. You've got to go. You've got to give me Totally Nuts to help those who live. Nursing homes, hospitals, Meals on Wheels, you got to go help so you know how it feels. Race, color, it doesn't matter. You help someone else and you'll feel better.
Totally nuts.
Totally.
Totally nuts. Totally nuts.
Totally nuts, totally nuts, totally nuts for volunteers.
Totally Nuts for Volunteers.
Now, Evan here has volunteered in the Litchfield Community Meeker County Hospital for the last almost 3 years. Now that's totally cool. From paycheck to no check is what it's all about. You can even help out on a bus route.
Totally nuts. Totally nuts. Totally nuts for volunteers.
So, who can you help? What can you do that would be something special created just by you?
I know. We can make a bracelet to encourage someone, and others will see that it's lots of fun to work together to give to each other. Totally nuts, totally nuts, totally nuts for volunteers.
Now here's a company that's really sweet, and there's people inside that we need to meet because they're
Totally nuts! Totally nuts! Totally nuts for volunteers!
Woo! Speaking of totally nuts, looks like I am totally nuts for sweets. What would you recommend?
Caramel.
So donate food to those in need because there's starving kids that we need to feed. Hunger is a shame and who's to blame? Let's help each other so we all can eat the same.
Totally nuts, totally nuts, totally nuts for volunteers.
When it comes to clothes that you know you outgrow, give with goodwill because it's such a good deal. You'll help families in need, families indeed. You know what to do, so you take the lead.
Totally nuts. Totally nuts.
Totally nuts for volunteers. So third graders, take a stand and lend a hand. Make a choice to use your voice to
Help one another. Give to